Hey, what's going on, guys? So it has been a hell of a day. As a matter of fact, it's been a hell of a week so far, in a good way. Don't feel bad for me, in a good way. There's been a ton of follow up, a lot of different moving parts. I'm doing this video right now because one of the I actually had three appointments tonight. They all ended up canceling for different reasons, but I was able to reschedule one of them for Sunday. So there's a home run there. Now I tell you guys that I've been on the phone, and what does that mean? I mean, you know, uh, I want you guys to know what that means. So being on the phone is something that, well, I need to do on a daily basis, right? Everybody in business does. But in this business, one of the main things is following up. Because one of the things that I've learned in my career is no matter how much of a priority it is for somebody to buy a home, right? For you guys, or to sell a home, it's a very big commitment, right? And to some people, you're thinking like, I would answer every phone call that I got about it. I would jump on every opportunity that came out, right? It's something that's very important to me. So let me do everything possible to make this happen, right? You would think that that's the way people are. But the reality is that in real life, there are things that are more pressing on a daily basis, right? Whether it's dealing with your family at home, your current work conditions, working from home and so on, even, issues with your car, the normal things that take up time in your day, right? The being at work 9 to 5, right? 9 to 9, 9 to infinity with the work from home situation now, right? There's a lot of things that get in the way. So sometimes I'll call somebody, for example, that's looking for a house and they've been searching for a while and it's high on their priority list, but life gets in the way. So not to be a pest, but I've just learned that if you let somebody just chill, just get back to me when they get back to me, they can lose out on opportunities. And my job is to make sure that I get you the opportunities that you asked for, right? So if you tell me that you're looking for a one family in XYZ area for $900,000 and that perfect home comes out on the market, and I know right now that multiple offers are going to happen, that by the end of the week the house is going to disappear, I need to make you aware of that. I need to send you phone, I need to text you, I need to call you, I need to email you, I need to send you messenger pigeons, I need to do smoke signals, I need to do whatever I have to do to get your attention and try to help you at the end of the day. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I used to think that when people when like somebody in sales, me, was to call a customer or a client, it would be annoying. But at the end of the day, I'm providing a service for you, right? And that service is something that is for your benefit. It's something that you asked me to do, right? I've literally had people, believe it or not, tell me that they need me to whip them into shape and to stay on top of them so that they do end up, following through on getting a pre-approval, on on staying on top of the emails that I send with properties, on making sure that they do whatever they have to do in order to, progress in the real estate transaction, whichever transaction that might be. You have to worry about appraisers, inspectors, attorneys. You have to worry about lenders. You have to worry about not just lenders, but their back office, their processors, their underwriting departments. You have to worry about the building department. You have to worry about expediters. There's a lot of different moving parts, and part of my job is to make sure that they are talking to each other, that they're progressing at the time, the timetable, the logical progression of things, and doing it the way it needs to be done. So when I tell you that I'm on the phone all day, today, for example, was a huge follow-up and prospecting day. So what does that mean? That means you may have emailed me, you may have called me, you may have texted me about properties, and I may and have gotten back to you, and you have not responded, right? There's people that I've been going back and forth, like, hey, can you call me today at 3? I call them at 3. Now they're busy at work, so now I have to reschedule another time, and then I have to get a hold of them. So just now, for example, I was speaking to my script partner, and all of a sudden a client that I've been chasing, trying to get them on the phone for since Friday, so, last few days now, there was a referral I've been trying to get back. And in the middle of that, I have to let the person that referred me that person that I haven't been able to get a hold of them, because I don't want the referrer thinking, wow, I referred somebody to Dave and they haven't heard anything. So I let them know that, hey, I've been trying to get this person on the phone. I haven't been able to. So those are the little things that go into this. And it's very important, just career wise and I guess courtesy wise, to keep everybody abreast of what is going on, what the next step is. I just like to make sure that I'm transparent and that I'm following through on what I tell you, right? And if I can't follow through on what I told you, then I need to tell you that I can't follow through and then come back with a time, a place, a date that I can follow through for you, right? I just spoke with some people that they have some work to do before they can buy a house. They are in talks with a loan officer. I have some other people that need to work on their credit, and so they're talking to a lender that I referred to them who has connections to somebody that can help you build your credit. So there's a lot of moving parts. I had my appraisal earlier with one of the listings that I have under contract right now. My other listing had the showings that I just told you fell apart. So now I had to go back and reschedule and reach out to the seller, find out when they're available, reach out to the people that wanted to see the property, find out when they're available, make those times work. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of moving parts. And honestly, I love this. Like, it's tiring, it's exhausting, but I love the wheeling and the dealing and the reorganizing and the problem solving that comes with this career, right? And that's why when I tell you guys that this is my career, this is my life, this is not like a hobby, this is not my part-time gig, I eat, sleep, breathe this stuff. If I'm reading something about self-development or improving services for my clients, how to develop sales skills, negotiation skills, following, technology skills, social media skills. There's always something to work on. I'm somebody that's learned that I can't stay stagnant. I'm very learning based. I'm always looking for the new thing, the next wave, how to improve, how to get better for you guys. So that's taking up a lot of my time right now, and that's on top of the time that I spend servicing these clients, taking them to see properties, making offers, getting the rejections, changing the offers. Sometimes I turn into a psychologist where, this can be a very emotional time. You might be really tired of searching for properties after a while, and you realize that, maybe you should have made that extra push on that first house, made that extra offer, gone above asking, and now it's 6 months that you've been looking for a property and you can't find one, or you were a little too picky on one of your properties and you should have just gone all in on it and just dealt with the repairs that needed to be done later on or negotiated them into the price. There's a lot of remorse that comes into this, and to me, I always tell everybody the house that's meant to be for you is the one that's meant to be, whether you're buying it, selling it, what have you. It just works out. You just need somebody on your side that helps you, that guides you into making sure it works out, right? So it's been a lot, man. There's a lot been going on in the market. I have, interesting enough, a digital magazine that I'll be working on later this evening. I have my marketing to be done. I have more ads that will be placed. I have more phone calls scheduled for tomorrow. I saw one of my days, there was I have 38 calls due on a single day. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And my systems is another thing. I read up on what kind of systems to implement in my business to make sure that back in the day when I was a rookie and less seasoned, things would fall through the cracks. Now, how do you become systemized in a way that you can stop that from happening? Whether it's a system that reminds you when to call people, when to schedule appointments, when to create certain material, different things that you put in their checklists so that when a transaction is going on, you know what the next step is, because you're juggling multiple transactions, or you're dealing with multiple things at the same time. You might be talking to an attorney, all of a sudden an architect is calling you, all of a sudden a buyer from yesterday that you haven't been able to get in touch with is calling you. Sometimes things aren't moving along, so people get frustrated and you have to walk them back down from the frustration and then find out the solution to their problems, not get caught up in the emotion of it. It's awesome, man. This is by far my dream job, I got to tell you. But it is labor intensive, and there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that, like I've tried to tell you guys, like there's a lot that I will be sharing with you guys. I'll be giving more Q&As on here. I'll be giving more content. I'll be having more vendors come on here and provide value to you. I'm actually going to be, with that magazine situation, I'm going to have some of my preferred vendors on there, because at the end of the day, I only work with people that I can recommend to my clients, and if they don't follow through and they're not doing what they need to do, they're no longer preferred. It's as simple as that, But if you guys have any questions real estate related, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm super busy and I'm too busy for referrals or too busy for more business. Absolutely not. I want to be busy. I want to be suffocated by the amount of work that I have to do. It makes me feel alive. But it's taken a while to really systemize things and to be able to handle the different things that need to be done on a daily basis, right? And informing you guys, providing you value, providing you entertainment is part of that. So as always, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for always supporting me. You guys know who you are, and just for always reaching out with questions, whether it's DMs, texts, or however you've been communicating with me. I really, really appreciate it. Keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. For some of you that are, friends of mine and that are asking me about your parents and how to deal with them, and now that they're getting to another age where it might be time to look for alternative housing for them and different things, continue, just keep asking me questions. It doesn't matter if this is not for another 5 years. Like, this is my business. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to find it for you, right? We have in Keller Williams Realty, it's a very team atmosphere and very familial. And honestly, if I don't know the answer, I can speak to somebody who's been in the business for 30, 40 years here in my office, right? Like, oddly enough, I've been in the business for quite some time now, so I have a lot of knowledge myself. But one thing that I was taught from the very beginning of my career was to make sure to continue to learn, to continue to try to get some form of education. When there's something on the calendar to be trained, I'm always on there just to get one little nugget, because every day that I learn is a day that I'm building more for my clients. I'm improving for my clients. I'm improving for you guys. It's not just for me. Obviously, it benefits me to be better at my job, but at the end of the day, I live for referrals. And the only way that works is I provide a service to you that you're happy about, that you're happy that I went above and beyond, right? There are certain things that I have to do, like there are people that are looking to move, but the houses that they're looking for aren't on the market, so I have to find them for them. I have to make, sometimes it's almost like being a magician. You got to make magic happen somehow, right? So, it's been very enjoyable. We're in February, and these last couple of weeks have been really intense, and a lot of the intensity comes from the follow-up, the momentum that I've been building here for a while, because I've just been following up and following up and following up with people. Some people get pissed off, when, like, you reached out to me about finding a home or selling a home, right? We talked about the fact that we were going to put it on the market by January. Well, it's February 10th and the house is not on the market yet, right? Some people get frustrated with that. I understand that life gets in the way, that there are other priorities out there. We're in a pandemic right now. The economy is not what it used to be, right? There's a lot of things in our lives that take precedence over this, right? The values of my company are God, family, then business, right? So I understand all that. So my job is to communicate with you, and just like every good relationship, I just taught it in a class, like, every good relationship is built on communication, right? When you become aware that communication has not been up to par, or that you've slacked on it, the relationship suffers and you need to correct immediately, right? And, that's part of this business too. I understand that life gets in the way for you guys, and it's totally cool. We can still be friends. We can still be business partners. I can still help you achieve your dreams, So just reach out to me, DM me, text me, call me. Just communicate with me. I'd love to hear your feedback, your comments. Your feedback is my oxygen. Your referrals are my blood, my lifeblood, my business blood. So please keep them coming. I don't care if your mom isn't selling for another 10 years and she wants to just know how to improve her home's value, or she wants to know what her home is worth now because she's thinking about moving to Florida next year or the year after or when she retires. It doesn't matter when. I'm here for you guys always. Okay? So with this vast network with Keller Williams Realty that's worldwide, if you guys are thinking about moving somewhere else at some point in your life, or somebody in your world is looking to move, whether they're in California, in Kalamazoo, wherever they might be, I can be a resource for you. Okay? And I will do the best I can for each and every one of you. That's all I can promise. All right? So with that, I bid you guys good night, and feel free to reach out to me. Text me, 917-982-8899. Go on my website, sellyourqueenshome.com, or just, comment below, DM me, and let's connect. Talk to you guys soon.